Do you have any advice for like someone who's trying to trudge through the current media hellscape and come out where you are?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? It does sort of feel like one of those movies where like I'm hopping from stone to stone and then the stone behind me explodes. Um, you know, because when I was doing journalism in college, and then when I was doing journalism in college and like wanting to do, long form, it was like, oh, well, like get your start at an alt weekly. Um, and even that kind of like last, like throwing my hook on the thing as it was um, falling apart was like very tenuous. Like the stories that I was doing for LA Weekly, starting in that, I guess it was the summer of 2011. I was writing 1,000 word stories. I would interview between like 5 and 30 people, or like do go out somewhere and like do a bunch of reporting. I was getting $30 for each of those stories. So the only reason that was possible is because I was making like 60 grand a year as a teacher. And now the alt weeklies are hollowed out and not really the same. Certainly not LA Weekly. I mean, but I think the general advice or lesson there might be you need to have some other way to make money. Yeah, unless you have a full-time job somewhere, you need to have some other way to make money, and that can be like whatever works for you. Like can't I can't have a side hustle that involves writing because I'm just not capable of doing that. I have friends who do sponsored content on the side or like
Mhm.
ghost write, various things that would like take away from my ability to do the writing that I cared about. Some people it's like, oh, it's better to have, an in-person thing that like, gets your social juices going so that like then you can focus on writing at others. So it's really like, but yeah, I think that's probably the best advice is like you need to find a way to make money that's not journalism
So
on the side.
depressing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like that path is almost gone. The all weekly one is gone.
Yeah.
There was also like a rite of passage period where, you could write quick aggregation hits that were basically just trying to get stuff to move on social media and SEO. And that's kind of going away because of AI.
Right, but also where was that even going to lead? Like nobody was
Yeah.
this was like I mean I think there was a moment where there was like, oh, the social media manager, and it was like, yeah, but the social media manager is only ever going to lead you to doing social media. Like you're not going to be
Right.
there's no I mean this is like basic stuff about how to get any kind of job. Like if you haven't already done the kind of thing they are hiring for, they are probably not going to trust you to do the thing, unless you are like 21 and like you're in some like highly competitive internship program that's going to teach you how to be a finance money master or something.
So do you think those, quick blogger type jobs, those almost like diminish your trajectory?
It depends on what
Like
you're
you're,
doing, right? I
mhm.
mean, like, look at like Cord Jefferson, like
Yeah.
Gawker to, the Academy Awards. What a trajectory. Um,
Hmm.
but if you're only writing aggregation and it's not the kind of publication where there's like room for advancement, you could get sort of like stuck in that. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, your really short blog posts are so good, we're going to assign you a feature. I think that's a really hard thing um, in pursuit of any career. You know, you have to kind of like do the thing that you want to do on your own and show you can do it before anyone will pay you to do it.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. I'm not sure those paychecks even exist anymore anyway.
Yeah. Right. A job
Um,
from 7 years ago.